Everyone. Welcome to, I'm just going to go over a single target for Rogue Assassin build. I have a few different options that I'll go over. They're all relatively the same. It all just depends where I am, right? So right now, obviously Tiamat, we've been kind of focusing on that. There's obviously in-game trial stuff. I'll tender, this is the build that I'll run for in-game trial. I use Augment and I use Raptor. It's just better for the group, and it's just easier to cap the stats. You can use Striker as well. I did create a Striker build, but this is the one I kind of run during for endgame trials. Okay, so I have the three pieces: new Gristra horns, new ribcage, new vamp racers, Mastercraft with duelist flurry. And then recharge speed and accuracy. The accuracy can change, but to whatever you want. But accuracy just is the one I need to build my stats. Wasteland Wanderers. There's real no boost that I need from the new campaign Dragon Hunts. So these are still, I think, best for me or best in slot. Obviously, number one or one of the best in slot ones. Mythalar. Obviously, props a lot. We can use Demogorgon as well if the group needs it, but Mythar, it will be better for us as the rogue. I got the new ring, critical strike ring, up to 7% based on hit points. And then it's kind of nice because it gives you Forte, so you have like 5,000 Forte, so you lose 5% from the Red Eyes Glare, but this gives you 2.5% for power, and obviously using Raptors as well, so you're going to gain including with yours another 15% right power, so you're gaining a ton of power, so it adds up. Band of Air, I got the combat advantage shirt still. I think it's better than the combination, and then the crit strike pants, right? So the step bonus, 1500 power, crit severity awareness. It's rarity cap stats, as you'll see. And then, but you definitely can run it if you choose, and you have enough combat advantage, and you're good to go. You can. I chose to run all three, or all four 1200 artifacts, and this is only if the group tells me I can run. Tells me which debuff to run, right? Because everyone's running debuffs. If they told me to run the new knives, I'd run this, or Mythalar, or Demo. Or maybe Black Dragon knives, right? This is going to change. So my item level may change by 600 during a trial just because of what they tell me to run, right? And it's the group team dynamics, and then you go from there. For reinforcements, crit strike, power, I think, yeah, and then crit strike. And as you can see here, we are strength and charisma. I have too much crit severity as well to begin with, but maybe you're lacking of it. You can use dexterity, right? So strength, dexterity, charisma, it's all good to go. And then as you can see, things are kind of overcapped, right? But just because of we tried Striker during the Tiamat trial, and even I was the new buff with Serial and Tom and Crown, your striker dies a lot. It's up to you. Like it's very close, right? If you prefer to use the striker, you definitely can. I have a striker build created. I will be testing out, and then going from there, right? So obviously you can see power. Once I have 72.5 here. Plus the 15% from the Raptor, and then the 2.5% for Runic Aura, right? So it'd be 80%. I can adjust this a little bit. I can't put another power garnet over here, right? I can take off an accuracy. It all depends. I could probably take off a strike one as well, right? It's just to kind of min-max the stats. I can take off this a crit strike one. And we're still looking good, right? And stuff like this. So it's kind of actually looking a little better anyways. It's just the stats kind of change once we just adjusting stuff. So enhancements, I do have movement speed on because the new trial, you need to move around very quickly. But obviously for trials that you don't, you can run the 5% recharge speed. If you want to run an action point game, you definitely can. It's up to you. Poison Thorn. And then the Garnet is for the Forte. So usually it all depends on what you need, right? This changes based on the group or maybe based on your build, right? It may change a little bit. I have Devil's Precision for the 5% crit chance and 5% accuracy, and then 5% total damage bonus. This can change based on the trial that you're in. Maybe you want a dragon one, like this. It's up to you. Okay. Powers. I run Caught Steel just to, maybe you don't want to get out of harm's way and still do damage. You can still throw your knives. They do a little damage and it's good, but Duelist Flurry, right? It's going to proc the Band of Air, it's going to apply your bleed stacks, and then it procs the Band of Air the quickest of any at will, right? So this is the best one. For encounters, Path of Blades is pretty much is very nice for single target only because of the Band of Air, right? So if it wasn't for Band of Air, I would choose Lashing Blade over Path of Blades. Okay, so if you don't have Band of Air yet, it's all good. You can just choose Lashing Blade over Path of Blades. But it's kind of nice to run Path of Blades as well, just because of maybe there's mob phases, right? You can help out the group by killing the mobs. And it procs the Band of Air a ton. And then obviously it's the Band of Air era. But if you don't have it, you can use Lashing Blade. Or you can use this as well. It just helps out the group, right? For AoE mob phases. But try it out. Try both out. See what you like. And then Wicked Reminder. This is the and then Assassinate, right? And then the only one you really need will be Shock and Execution for single target. If you want to deal with the mob phases, you definitely can with the Whirlwind of Blades, right? It helps out a lot. I use Invisible Infiltrator just because I can double proc stealth, and you can increase your damage for 5% for 5 seconds after you use your daily, right? So you're going to increase the damage output on your last 2 encounters, as well as the Toad, right, or Tunnel Vision, by just adds it up, right, and then it's good to go. So you have 5% there. You use stealth twice, right? So you're going to be able to you deal 10% more damage for 5 seconds after leaving stealth. So it's going to proc twice because you're leaving stealth twice within that 5 seconds. And then you're good to go. It's very quick. You have 5 seconds to literally get everything off. And it's something, and you have to dive out of the way, right? You're going to lose a little bit, but if you get it off, that's when like the crowd cheers, right? And then everyone's excited. And then this is what you're gonna get a lot of damage, right? And then Oppressive Darkness help out with the combat advantage. Just keeps ticking, right? Off there, and obviously can proc Bender as well. Feats, Toxic Blades, obviously applies the dot, a lot of damage over time. I use Master of Shadows for the stealth regen. You can use this one as well. The best rogue I know uses this. It just doesn't fit my playstyle. I tried it out for a while. But the extra if you time it right, and then you can get off some more encounters, and then get your daily off, right? And then you can skip during that debuff phase, right? A burn phase. You definitely can use this, but just watching my stealth regen slowly, it bothers me too much. I just prefer this one. So either try them out. Honestly, try it out and see if you like it or not. But I think I just prefer this one. I use Duelist Expertise just because you're always going to be getting stacks, right? If you're going to be in combat, just always attacking, and you re-attack very quickly. So these stacks are going to increase, and then you're going to get that 50% damage, right, for 10 seconds afterwards. Whereas Skullcracker, you're going to apply the daze, right, on an enemy, just one, right, and then you're going to increases the damage, right, and then while marked, not one enemy, enemies, and then while marked, enemies take 10% more damage from your attack, right. This can go off, right? Maybe especially between Tom phases, or maybe you have to run away, right, from the boss. This can get off the boss, and then it takes time to go back on, right? And then but honestly, it does a ton of damage too. Both of these are great options. I prefer this one. As of now, I had someone comment on YouTube about it, and then I know a lot of great rogues that run this as well. But I also know a lot of great rogues that run this, right? It's up to you. Try them out to see what you prefer, especially during ad phases and stuff like this. This kind of helps out as well. You do 10% more damage based on how few action points you have. So this is going to be a ton of damage right after you use your daily. You're going to use a couple encounters, and then your toad or your tunnel vision, and it's going to do 10% more damage. And then obviously it's going to, once as your action points are low, it's just going to do more damage, decrease the amount of damage done, right, until your action points are full again. So you can use the critical strike, this one as well, but honestly, we have this ring now, right? So this makes up for it. So this allows me to run it, and then get that crit strike from this, and I can still run this as well, and you can do a lot more damage. So I would choose this way over the bottom one. But if you need that crit strike, you definitely can do it. And then your attacks have 5% chance to spawn. So you run Shadow's Flurry. Boons. Campaign, it's all the same for AoE, right? So all the offensive ones, I use Demonic Mastery because of the ad phases during the Cleric Tiamat trial. This helps out as well. And obviously if you're running Crown or Boss, right, it's nice to have the Undead. And then the Cultist one as well. Very nice. Doing Forte and Recharge Speed and Bloodlust, right? You're gonna, after counting, you can decrease target's defense, apply additional 150 magnitude to attack, right, and help the action point gain. Guild boons use crit severity. This may change on what you need. You run awareness. You can run defense as well. Utility, run revive sickness, because when you die, right, you don't want to. You keep dying, you don't want to die out. It prevents you from dying out, or it slows it down, and you can still be able to do damage, right? And stuff like this. If you're just running normal content and you want to move around quickly, I run movement speed, and then it kind of goes from there, right? I run the Owlbear Cub. You can run this one, Icosahedron Ironstone, but obviously if you're running Raptor, you wouldn't really want to run this. So this is the augment build, right? So there's definitely some augments. You can run Polar Bear Cub as well, but that gives you power, crit strike, awareness. There's the fox. Where's the winter fox? Or what they call the tiger. I can't seem to see this one here, right? So this one is from the festival. This one is good as well. There's different ones you can do, but the Albert Cup, right? It's not that expensive. It obviously it's like around $1 million, but it's like 10 days, right, of rough Ashel Diamonds transfer, and you're good to go. With Icosahedron, you can use this for no Raptor build as well, right? And you're good to go. Equipment is have crit strike accuracy, and then accuracy, crit severity, and then perfect vision. Everything else is capped, right? So I run perfect vision for the 79% accuracy. Run 3 damage companions. Neverwinter is a knight, Minsk, right? The bigger they are, Batiri, Raptor, and then Alchemist Discipline, right? So the different ones you can run. If you're missing combat advantage, you can run this one. But there's nothing really else that you could run. You can run Alpha Comp or Barbarian Shaman, 3% combat advantage power, but you should have enough power, right? That's why this one is good as well. There's Book Imp as well. I have Book Imp? No, I don't. Book Imp gives you, I think, accuracy, crit strike for the utility, or accuracy combat advantage. I forget, but that's another option as well. Where Alchemist Discipline during the Winter Festival, these were dropping as well, and they're not that expensive in the auction house. Mounts, I have crit severity for colors, counter power, movement speed, stamina regen, and then Ashel Diamonds, right? I ran 2 assassins, 2 gladiators, and 1 artificer's persuasion, with pretty much skills and dominance, right? With a couple of brutalities. You know, like when in doubt, like skills and dominance are pretty solid for us. And then, but maybe you need some brutalities as well. But it all depends on your build. So, and then see where you are at. If you need to have a skill or brutality or dominance, then get it, right. It just fits your build, right. So if we look at here, so my see how this is 79 right now. That's just because of my Wild Storm Elixir went off, right. So again, I missed the 2,000 additional crit strike. During, so while I'm here, the buffs that I run are on Flask of Potency, Squash Suit. This is the old one. You can run the new one for the extra 2%. During the Summer Festival, I'm going to farm 1 trillion of these, so I never have to buy them again, and then we're good to go. I run Invoker's Precision, Blessing Right, and then Wild Storm Elixir. You can run Sunlord's Gift, right, for the additional 5% combat advantage if you're missing it. And then obviously you have the Ancient Dragon Potions, and then Ancient Dragon Scrolls, for obviously the new trial and the crown as well. They also give you these ones, right, you can buy in the new campaign. So those are the options as well. So while I'm here, I'll go over kind of like how the normal rotation that I do. There's a couple different rotations you can do. I like to go Stealth, Path of Blades, so I get that proc or that damage output after Stealth, right? The 10% more damage 5 seconds after Stealth, and then I do Armor Break and then Assassinate, right? So you're gonna have your 2 biggest encounters with the after Stealth damage buff, right? The ones, yeah. Sorry, I missed it. So you deal 10% more damage for 5 seconds after Stealth. So I do Stealth, Path of Blades, so I get that 10%, Armor Break, and then Assassinate, right? And you keep going and stuff like that. You can use, I know another rotation would be, you can try out to see if you prefer it, once this comes up. So obviously you just auto-attacking and stuff like this. You can do Stealth, Armor Break, Path of Blades, and then Assassinate. So stuff like that. So if I was going to do a full rotation with my daily and everything, right? So I'll just keep going, keep auto-attacking, I'll go. So I'll do Artifact, Stealth, Path of Blades, daily, Stealth, Armor Break, Toad, and then Assassinate. I kind of actually screwed up there. I pressed the Stealth too fast, and I missed it on the Armor Break, okay? So what you want to do would be Stealth. So it'll be Artifact, Stealth, Path of Blades, daily, Stealth, Armor Break, Assassinate, right? And then you're throwing the Toad in between Armor Break and Assassinate, right? As fast as you can, or the Tunnel Vision, right? And stuff like that. So that's one option. You can do what you want to do if you want to get your daily up as well. Next, you can do Stealth, Armor Break, daily, Stealth, Path of Blades, Toad, and then Assassinate, right? So it's hard to show when I don't have my daily up. If you're not running Path of Blades and you're running Lashing Blade, right? You kind of be doing normal rotation. Let's see here. Crap. So normal rotation, right? You're doing for this one. It doesn't really matter too much, but it'd be Stealth, Armor Break, right? Blade Flurry there, and then Assassinate. Or Lashing Blade, sorry. I don't really use that often anymore, but you can just throw it like that, right? And then the same type of thing if you're using, if you have Lashing Blade with the daily and everything up, so it'll be Artifact, right? Stealth, Armor Break, daily, Stealth, right? Lashing Blade, Toad, and then Assassinate. You can use Stealth on Assassinate and then Lashing Blade afterwards. It all depends where you are and stuff like this. It's just a matter of making sure you get your the rotations down somewhat like that, right? And it all depends on what you want. But in my normal rotation, I run this for single target everywhere. It'll be just Stealth, Path of Blades, Armor Break, Assassinate. So it's up to you. Play around with it. There's a couple of different rotations you can do. See what works out for you. If you have any thoughts, I'd definitely like to try them out as well. Just let me know in the comments below. All right, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.